afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast with your host and Pearl Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Psych Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to 1 vs 1 on Kholodny Ferma. In the west, it's Hellcats fighting for Germany, Deutschland, Wehrmacht. Taking on the role here of the 7th Panzer Division West. In the east, it's Isildur fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Communist Stalin, and the 3rd Guards Tank Corps. We got Mechanized Assault Blitzkrieg and German Infantry for Hellcats with double infantry Panzerfaust versus Isildur's Guard Rifle. Armored Assault Tactics and Urban Defense with Sniper, Penal Troop and Mine Bulletins. He's going for the Special Rifle Command start here. Hellcats with the Grenadier MG42 start. Very much standard stuff. Here's sandbags right here next to the house in case you know his opponent occupies this house, in which case these sandbags will prove to be crucial. But of course, theoretically, he could, also set up in a bad situation than if Isildur rushes here. But so far, though, Isildur, of course, with the Special Rifle Command, is exactly not doing that. Since Special Rifle Command starts means you're not quite going in as aggressively as I would be. Since, the Penal Troopers are going to be a bit slow, a bit behind. So you're just going to be focusing more on just gaining resources fast and then pushing hard. But still, Hellcats doesn't know this, so he's always going to rush forwards here, assuming his opponent might try and rush in. Even then, by those standards, he'd be a bit late. But then the Grenadiers on the way. They're likely another Grenadier squad here in a few seconds as soon as he gets the 240 manpower required. First Penal Troop squad out there for Isildur for the Red Army. Comrade Stalin grabbing the center victory point here, grabbing the northern munitions point, wiring it off as well. Also note he's wired off this bit here. Common move by many players on Kholodny Ferma. Grenadiers heading southwards and counting the engineers. Penal Troops will be hitting them soon as well. Basil sounding very attention-seeking in the background. He's a very talkative cat, you should like to note. Grenadiers are being routed though by the Penal Troop engineers. Simply too many men for the German Grenadiers to handle. Other squad moving up will probably occupy the house here. Basil really wants some attention, but I can't really give him since I'm busy casting. You fluffy fluff ball. Grabbing the point here. Almost secured by the MG42. More Penal Troops on the way there for Isildur. Basil is slowly prowling up on my hand, I think. He obviously wants to play and promise that usually involves scratching and biting my hand, the bastard. Anyways, Penal Troops are going to be here. MG4 moving down here. He could try and occupy the house and hope to get a good angle on the Penal Troops. That way swiftly suppressed him. We'll have to see what it ends up with. 3rd Grenadier squad there for Hellcats. An additional MG42s or mortars or snipers. Sandbags up north. In the south, Grenadiers and engineers. The Grenadiers actually losing out to the engineers. Bit rare to happen, but it can happen. It can happen. And it's exactly what's happening in this case, it would seem. Which is definitely a bit unfortunate for Hellcats since the... Oh no, it looks like the Grenadiers right there by the end managed to turn around because ours again it would be a 240 man power squad beaten by 170. This seems like a bit of a dubious setup there by Hellcats. I'm not obviously going to get a lot of firepower, but still he's in no cover. There's a unit in heavy cover. That's kind of ambitious there, but he does manage to press the unit, but he's going to have to treat it now, and even then he might risk losing here, which would be a pretty harsh loss here in the early game. Still, in the end, didn't quite have as much as he would have hoped, I think. Grenadiers need to fall back as well there. Other Grenadiers, I imagine, moving northwards to intercede. Need to retreat the other one here. Take up on the way there for Hellcats. Very good decision there, as Isildur is pouring in more Penal Troopers, more Strafniki. And Basil continues to, speak, talk, before deciding to rest on a nearby chair, as he likes to rest on that one. Take up almost down there by Hellcats, getting the Penal Troops by the calf point, as Isildur's looking to disrupt Hellcats' fuel flow here in the early game. Very good decision there, obviously. Pioneers moving in. He's going to eat that machine gun, I think, in particular, to help try and deal with these Russian Schwein. Meanwhile, though, Isildur's getting a nice check at the map. He's also getting most of the victory points here, quickly falling back after being cut off the victory point. No reason to fight here since it's going to be difficult for him to defend him. There we go. Good move here for Hellcats. Actually managed to deny the house there to Isildur, which is going to make it much harder for him, easier for him to be dislodged from here. Otherwise, if he'd been able to use the house, it'd been much harder for Hellcats to remove from it and otherwise move onwards. So that was really good there by Hellcats. Mines going down the south. Lots of mines there by Isildur. Very good. Thumbs up. Grenadiers switching towards the calf point here. Back there, nothing further going on. They probably should put back the Pioneers soon for the light to make a nice company. The faster they can get out, say a 2-2 as on Panther Grenadiers versus Isildur, I would say the better for Hellcats. As for Isildur, more mines of course would help. Take up as soon as he can, obviously, would also be a really good idea. And at some point, some sort of doctrinal choice, I think, would also be a thumbs up moment. Going to do is MD4 opening up with engineers. Going to suffering minor losses. Other engineers got there down to 2 men. No further mines there. Flank here by the Peel Troopers. Very nice work there by Isildur. Good infantry footwork. And Pioneers, they are retreating, so that'll hopefully be the Mechanized company that is for Hellcats. For Isildur, obviously, he wants that to be delayed as long as humanly possible. There you go. Another nice flank and MD4 too. Aggressive set there by Hellcats, obviously, which is kind of what I have to use the MD4 to, but even then, he should have had some infantry nearby till he supported. Covered flanks up just a tad. Still. Big push here. Peel Troopers into the Grenadiers. He's going to have to fall back here pretty fast. And there we can see that Isildur's trying to focus down the retreating Grenadiers, trying to murder them. Which does allow these ones a few more extra shots, but then of course, if you retreat them too late, they're going to then be the easy target here for Isildur to deal with, so it's a bit bound for it. Like to make a nice company up there. Fast to retreat could be an option here for Hellcats, and they've got the 251. Not a bad choice either. Flamethrowers, of course, are quite effective as the rations. And yeah, that's a wipe there again. Nice flank here, but Isildur, a thumbs up to that one. Quite costly for Hellcats in the early game. Losing a Grenadier squad early on is quite, costly. In general, for the Wehrmacht, losing units early on is quite costly. So nice start off here for Isildur. Though, of course, the Flamethrower tech should promise some swift reversals. We can see this laying down mines to protect against any sort of direct pushes for the car front again. Flampanzerwagen should soon be on the way for Hellcats, because I don't think there's any way he is not planning to upgrade that one with a Flamethrower. And there we go. Bunker up as well there for Hellcats. Very good, so good. But obviously, we ends up with dogs on the back of base here. We got the Tank Battalion Command going out there for Isildur and the Red Army. 3rd Guards Tank Corps. Half to down the move. I mean, obviously, it's going to spoil the surprise here for Isildur what he's got planned for it. I mean, you don't see a player rushing in the 250 half-tech like that unless they're intending to go for the Flamethrower. Because while you could argue there's mind games involved, so far there's no one that's actually operating on that level. At that point, you're just, seeing conspiracies in the shadows and probably worried about the aliens coming to steal your brain juices. I mean, they aren't. I am. I mean, I'm not, obviously. I'm here for your sake. Sandbags there by the car front. Gonna need MD4 moving up. Flamethrower needs to get away there swiftly. Since the base defense cancelled, held it down a bit. We got the M42, 45 mm tank gun in move. They were still used in the later stages of the war. Usually the part was known as the fortified regions, which were sort of these defensive formation from the Surge that used to be set up in such a position they could be expected to flank a German tank near close range and just fire an armor piercing round into it, at which point it would have a chance to penetrate it. Since most tanks had reasonably weak side armor, with the armored skirts sort of meant to mostly help those anti-tank rifles, so the anti-tank usually had a good shot. So, small note there, but they definitely couldn't take a German tank on late war head on, ever. Unless something went horribly wrong or horribly right. Pack falling away with Hellcats is obviously expecting Isildur to go for some light vehicles soon. All the way pushing for the car front there, looking to throttle Isildur's resources. That's obviously a very good move there. Peel Troopers on the move. Noting no anti-tank rifles, though of course we got the anti-tank and they're opening up. MD4 to the suppressing engineers to the advance. Flampanzerwagen there scorching the rations. Need to retreat the Grenadiers. Comes there being horribly scorched, burned. Incinerate. There you go, Flamethrower escaping. No mind to the particular escape route it has taken there, very nice. You could probably consider it incendiary armor piercing rounds, of course increased damage. We can see he's switching over to the fragmentation rounds, or whatever they're called. Russians were recently fond of using those, by the way. I think even the Germans use some of that as well in some of the weapons. Can't quite remember which weapons. It usually wasn't too common to say lower caliber weapons in World War II. At least some of the from the Germans and the Russians have sort of access to fragmentation rounds. I believe there was some, for example, stuff for a version of the 222 armored car would use sort of a heavy anti-tank rifle or light anti-tank, and how you looked at it. I think that also had access to the same stuff. And there's T7 on the way there for Isildur, very much standard Soviet play. Anti-tank moving ahead here, also quick ambush, hiding it away. Certainly very much on demand. I mean, thing is about anti-tank guns in the actual war, if they got spotted by an enemy tank, they were usually dead. They relied very much on the element of surprise, not being seen, getting off the first shot. Which is, for example, why the Germans came up with the German pack front tactic, Obviously, the Germans would come with the German platform tactic, but basically, with sort of just coordinate all the anti-tank guns under one commander, so that way get off one effective sort of first salvo. So again, there'd be no survivors, or at least no one to really respond. That way, increasing the chances of survival for the anti-tank guns. The Russians, by the way, or the Soviets would copy that one, forcing the Germans to come up with a counter tactic for that. But a little fun note there about tactics and anti-tank guns. Again, most of them just once they got spotted, would usually go down to a high explosive round from the tank because, as it turns out, while the gun shields were nice against some slight hits here from explosives, obviously they could not survive a direct hit. So a crucial little note then, probably something that doesn't get talked about a lot, except by me, of course. Panzer Grenadiers on the way to Hellcats, very nice choice there. Up north though, Isildur is quickly spreading through like a wildfire. Hellcats need to well spread his own wildfire or counterburn to stop those Bolsheviks. Pioneers taking south for the mines, very good there. Anti-tank and they're hanging back. Flank Panzer fighting with the penal troopers, 2 squads at a time, very nice there. T sending northwards, he's going to have to get the anti-tank up there. We said if he reacts to this, realises this. Ooh, hits a mine there. Panzer Grenadiers done. Fuel being seized, we've got the T moving in, we've got the Grenadiers moving out the Pack 40s also, I think, finding the move there, but possibly a bit late there for Hellcats in the east, nothing further going on than Isildur's base. I mean, we got medics up, which is nice for him. More mines here from Isildur, thumbs up. Note, we haven't got any fault headquarters here for Isildur. In the early days, though, it was a really fun doctrine to use on this map, back when the Oberkommandeur was ultra cheesy, mine just the regular cheesy. At which point I'd usually try and set up with a small shed to basically completely lock down the early game, since the Oberkommandeur had no way to deal with a fort headquarters, even in a tiny shed right next to like resource points. I called it the Stalin shed. It was a very effective tactic. MG42 holding up here close to actually 2 Panzer Grenadiers heading out. Penals was routed there by the Grenadiers, but still the fuel point has been cut off. Nice work there by Isildur, goes for the shock troopers, which were actually assault engineers. That's a fun note there. Equipped with body armour, which could really only deflect 9mm parabellum bullets. Anything more powerful than that, it usually fell a bit short. But still, little fun fact there. Grabbing the northern fuel point here, back here, troops in reinforcing. We got takeover there for Hellcats, so good. Still no doctrinal choice there for Hellcats though. Panzer Grenadier there on the cut-off point here for the 7th Panzer Division. Strafniki flanking for the church. Indonesia, there's the Panzer Grenadiers, we got the anti-tank opening up there with its fragmentation rounds. Panzer Grenadier there firing back, forcing the anti-tank gun to quickly fall back there under heavy fire from the assault rifles. Penals was going for the pack point. We got the flank Panzer, but they're rushing in to save the day. Fuel point reconnected there for Hellcats, and the South Panzer is routed straight into a mine and waiting penal troopers. Less of a spectacular development there for them. Penals in this case blocking a bit the retreat, giving them more chance of getting some hits. Then we got the flank Panzer over there, possibly trying to save the day, plus Pioneers moving in there as well. There you go. Penal troopers routed, and the Panzer Grenadiers saved just barely there for Hellcats. Isildur still some time for one to take up. Shock was there, they will find themselves faced with fire, which their body armor does not work against. There you go, smoke grenade down to make it a bit harder for the flame fire to pursue and wipe them out. Nice move there by Isildur. Good reaction. Need to get that support cop there though for Hellcats, and Isildur, of course, as soon as possible should go for the Mechanized armour company. Up north here, we've got Grenadiers with the penal troopers. That's going to be a wipe. He hit a mine, by the way. Again, good mining from Isildur. Again, really just one of the most annoying things and effective things because he's just laid down a lot of mines. So, certainly displays here that Isildur is a skilled Soviet player, an overall skilled player. Troops that push back by the flank Panzer of Wagen, but the flank Panzer itself gets pushed back. Pack 40 is setting up, expecting the T-Sim to flank behind, it seems like. Good read down the situation, but maybe Isildur gets a line silent. Oh, flame fire take down there. Bit of a blow there to Hellcats, who lost one of his best infantry control elements. But there you go, gets a nice hit on the T-Sim and light tanks. The bomb, of course, should be going up soon, and there really should be a doctrine soon happening here as well for Hellcats. Meanwhile, though, Isildur striking northward still. Penalty was then moving through. Back here, troops healing and forcing. Sapon, of course, going up, noting double Pioneers for Hellcats to help speed up builds and, of course, repairs. That's very good. Big 2 points wise, we got 392 versus 446. Going to do something out, so Palmer Corps going up. We got Panzer going to do something a bit about. They don't touch what to move. In this case, catching a big engineer squad that is swiftly dispatched. And using the T-10 bar here to grab points. Thumbs up to Isildur again. Overlooked ability usage there. He'll likely go for the Panther 4. There we go. Now, in fact, that should give him a bit of a chance to push back at Isildur, who's going to only have one light into a tank and stop it. So, I mean, usually for the Wehrmacht, your best bet is just to rush out a Panther 4 or Stuhl, depending on the situation. Like, if I can get out a medium tank, the better. Versus your opponent, like, if you try to delay, you're usually in a bit of a stickier spot, so... Overall, solid strategy, of course, there by Hellcats, and certainly helped a bit by their cutting off his opponent's resources. Though, of course, Isildur's been doing a great job in slowing it down at least a bit there. I mean, had Isildur not been successful at harassing Hellcats' fuel, he would likely have the Panther fight a bit sooner than this. Still, Isildur is gonna be a bit susceptible here to the Panther 4, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Pioneering southwards, T-10 being fixed up, halfway to Vetching 2, very good. Looks like he did get a penalty score. Isildur Bauer is very quick to replace. Thumbs up. No tech up yet. Though I think, yeah, he's going to build it there. There's a fuel drop there. So there you go, Mechanized Armour Company up and go for the T-5476 fast, which I imagine he will. Pioneers are being assaulted in the south, Panzer by northward, so help liberate the fuel here from the Russians once more. Pinamut machine being added, so it's also sehr good. The South Pioneers then countering the T-70 pack following up. They're a bit exposed here in theory, so needs to be a bit more carefully, I would say. Hey, cats. And there you go. Nice hit there with the Panther 4. Obliterates numerous penal troopers. Just need to deal with the unit here. Falling back here, so the situation is getting a bit dicey there. Panzer going to use on the move once more there for Hellcats. There you go, going for the penal troopers inside the house. Force them out. There we go, nice hit, numerous casualties there for Isildur and the Red Army. But the Mechanized Armour Company up, and he'll go for the T-5476 so right away. He could of course go for the HD5 or something else, but I suspect it's going to be the T-5476 here for Isildur. But again, I'm probably proven wrong. T-7 there hanging back, super close to the vision. There we go, we do get the T-5476, a faster solution that also put pressure on the infantry, and as long as it's reasonably supported, can fight a Panzer 4, though it might not be super efficiently. There we go. Nice hit there from the tank and the Panther 4, except, you know, it failed to penetrate. Second one they did. And the second crew, they're quite exposed, taking air fire from the light machine guns, the Panther 4, and its machine guns. The typical Panther 4 with the Pinamut machine had a total of 3 machine guns. Note that most of the machine guns, I know the Pinamut would have been an MG34, but the Hull and the Crouch machine gun would have been MG34s simply because, well, they were more suited for, you know, operating in a tank due to the lower rate of fire, amongst other things. And they would usually also be slightly modified to further have that with a bigger cooling shroud. So again, you know, all this problem was that. Need to get the Grenadiers out there. Shows the Hellcat. Full wipe there. He's only just 2 infantry squads. That's something that needs to be fixed fast. He does go for Grenadiers, so good. Still, no dogs need for Hellcats. I'm definitely a bit disappointed. Shock was flanking up here again. Really nice flanking, but Isildur's looking, you know, for any weakness in Hellcats' lines. He'll try and hit the vulnerable units and quickly hit them out. There's some excellent infiltration tactics there by Isildur. Thumbs up to that one. Again, you can see they completely collapse his defences, even as the Panther team with the shock troopers is forcing him to reroute the Pack 40. They can lose left on hold as well, as he now suddenly has to focus everything on L-Wells and might lose. There we go, lose a Grenadier squad again. Isildur just got Hellcats here on the ropes. Causing quite some grief and harm, and even wipes the Pack 40. So just that one shock trooper squad in combination with anything else just completely threw off Hellcats and left him deeply exposed. So again, thumbs up there to Isildur. Certainly showing what his skills player can do. And there you go, Panther Blast off from the T-5476. The major issue though right now is that the Pack 40 here getting recruited and turned against Hellcats, who still doesn't have a doctrine. And is still, I would say, critically short in infantry. He is ridiculously short in infantry right now, in fact. I mean, I would personally say 2 infantry squads is just utterly insufficient. Particularly as an aggressive opponent. He needs to get the machine power out of the church before that collapses. At least he prevented the Pack 40 falling into the hands of Isildur, but that's about it. Hellcat situation is still rather deteriorating rapidly. Panther 4 forced back, need to cover the Grenadiers. He's trying to grab the Pack 40 here under the nose of Isildur. he's risking his remaining Grenadier squad. He's only got the Panzergunners left, otherwise he's flooding a bunch of manpowers. Clearly here the Hellcats is being put to the test here by Isildur. Left to manage as much as possible as Isildur just keeps hammering away. Like a berserker. Still, he's got 2 Pioneer squads, so he can rapidly fix up the Panzer IV. That's very good there. Except one of the Pioneer squads is elsewhere. But Telemines is a good idea there by Hellcats, so thumbs up there. Still no doctrine though. We are at the 20-minute mark, and that could indicate a bit of a strategic indecision there by Hellcats, which is something that Isildur, can further exploit here against his opponent. So, I mean, also at a certain point, it also just becomes warped. He's going to go for something with a Tiger, so even then Isildur sort of has an idea at what Hellcats is playing at. So we'll see what it ends up with. Used to them with the teasing again to grab points. Again, thumbs up there to Isildur. Panzer IV almost fixed up. I mean, he could try and stay up for the Tiger tank right now, but I feel like that would be a pretty risky idea. I think just more Panzer IVs now would be a better option. More immediate pressure against the infantry and the armour, and more immediate backup for the tanks. Once he then has the second Panzer IV out, he could then allow himself to stall for the Tiger tank more successfully. But we'll see what it ends up with. Loading course also the Panzer IV is close to 82, and the addition of the Schutzen, or armoured skirts. Quick grenade there, and quick dodge there by the Panzergrenadier. Veteran 2 by the way, which is very good. T-Fed for some 6 minutes. There you go, hits the Telemine. Panzer IV though is almost good to go. I don't think he'll be able to exploit it though. Too much distance on the T-Fed force, and he'll be able to get away there by the time still. Might just cause Isildur to slow it a bit down with his tanks movements. If he is worried that the Hellcats might have more Telemines down. He doesn't from what I can tell, but Isildur doesn't know that. Oh dear, this is horrible. Penals are catching the Pack 4 and then before and they also got the T7 moving in as well. Further disruption is going to try and take out the T-Fed force from 6. Oh, actually not a bad read in the situation there, but Hellcat just slightly took an awkward path, misses there, and a terrifying way there. He's blitzkrieging, risky here. If there's any mines down, his Panzer IV could get caught in a very, very bad spot and get rid of the T-Fed force next balls. That's pretty big. Lost the pack, shot bounced, and he can't pursue. He has to retreat. The Panzer IV and the pack got wiped, of course, and the machine gun got wiped. Oh dear, so close there though for Hellcats, so close. Panzer IV gains 52, but it's almost down. Scheiße. So is the T-70. There you go. Panzer IV knocks out the T-70. Could try and nap the anti-tank to at least a 90. So we got the half-tank out. The 250 half-tank is called in by Hellcats, and I think in a slightly desperate maneuver maybe. Doesn't grab the anti-tank and just leaves it behind. It doesn't even grab the machine gun or the pack. I feel like that's a bit risky. I can obviously understand he wants to fix up his Veteran 2 Panzer IV as fast as possible, but it still feels just a tad risky. The other way, the 250 half-tank filled with Panzergrenadiers rolled in as a swift mobile fire brigade to put out the Bolshevik fires of socialism. Other anti-tank in there, called in. Oh, he hits a mine. He really underestimated his tendency to mine stuff. Bit of a shame there for Hellcats. Lucky though for Isildur did mine it. Well, he would have run into the T-Fed 476 anyway, so would have been pointless. He needs to get the Panzer IV back in the center. He needs to deny the machine gun to Isildur, and more importantly also the anti-tank gun. There you go. Quick save there by Hellcats against Isildur. We got 281 versus 342. Pim's taking... Oh, Shock Troop taking almost from the Panzer IV. 22 kills here for the Fatherland. Panzer goes MD4 doing what it can. There you go. Grenade off. Close one there, but not quite. 250 half-tank still looking to get away. Needs to keep moving. Needs to get moving. Hellcats. Troops still reinforcing. Panzer IV still in repairs. T-Fed 476 being fixed up. Isildur, I think at this stage might be stalling for the KV2s. They're both basically stalling for a heavy tank, except Isildur is just getting more resources per minute, so it's going to work out better for him than it is going to, I think, for Hellcat. He needs to do something a bit more in terms of map control. Gets out the Panzer, goes from the half-tank. That's a good idea, to be honest. We can at least do something there rather than just sitting in the half-tank doing absolutely bugger all. Plus, I mean, the half-tank does give him a second Panzer Grenadier squad, so Hellcat's forces are now, I think, looking a bit more formidable. 2 Grenadiers plus 2 Panzer Grenadier squads is, solid unit composition. And another mine takes out the half-track. So many mines from Isildur, just so many bold mines. As people like to say, mines win wars. So far, they're definitely winning Isildur a lot. Panzer IV routed, having taken heavy casualties from the penal troops and the T-34 from 6. Panzer IV is good to go, more or less. And the Syndicate is going to get supported from the 42. Very good, holding up there. Isildur's attack. Need to hit the Panzer IV northwards. Shock 2 is flying, penal troops flying north. Got Panzer there engaging from one side. Panzer IV doing it from the other side. Catching them in a deadly crossfire, causing a retreat there from Isildur. Shock troops looking onwards, so I imagine that will change in a few moments as the Panzer IV hammers away. Swift move towards us with the T-34 from 6, need the Pack 40 up there, and these routed. And there you go, Shock troopers routed, very close to the eyes too. The Hellcats is not far off from the Tiger tank either. They're both almost in fuel, they just need the manpower. There you go, Panzer landing height in the T-34, so we've got double anti-tanks, so we have ready of course. Pack 40 moving up, northern fuel pump being harassed, need to get that locked down as well. Troops reinforcing, and also finding some fresh movement into the south here. It needs to clear out the mines as well though. He really needs to remember to clear out any mines Isildur lays down if he sees them. There you go, Panzer IV with penal support attack north, or Panzer going to need support attack northwards into the penal troopers, forcing a route here for Isildur, very nice. For Hellcats at least. In the south, Pack 40 there, backing out the Pioneers against the T-34 from 6. Mine's been cleared out there, very good. Again, closing in there on the Tiger tank, but in terms of resources, in particular manpower, he's not quite as fast as he was likely going to get his KB2 heavy tank out before Hellcats can get his Tiger 1 out. Panzer IV halfway to the ace level, rather quiet at the moment. I imagine easily just holding things on rest until he can get out the KB2, and similarly Hellcats is trying to save up for the Tiger tank, which should, to an extent, possibly alert either of them that the other side is saving up for their big tanks. Still, we can see there Isildur suddenly lining up here. A few spawning attacks are up close to frontage as he's now getting very close to the KB2, whereas Hellcats having time off. He doesn't know that, of course, but still, it's going to more likely disrupt Hellcats' Tiger tank that's going to disrupt his KB2 now. And we are very close to the KB2. We've got a explosion down here from the Shock troops, very nice. C-34 forming up against the Panzer IV, shoots, penetrates, gains 22 there as well, very good. Could get the penal troopers maybe. KB2 they're routing, double anti-tank up negating the Panzer IV. Machine gun being repositioned, the Grenadiers as well, they're up north, dragging points, we need to route southwards. We got mines down here to help defend the fuel point, finally, for Hellcats. Super close to the Tiger tank, the KB2 that moves out here for Isildur and the Red Army. Grenadiers with the Shock troopers coming down here with the light machine guns. Got Panzer Grenadier moving up very close to the ace level. Similarly, the Panzer IV is close to the ace level. Pioneers, they are busy up north, so they probably should retreat soon to fix up the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Very close to the Tiger tank, so close there for the Hellcats. Back here, healing reinforcement going there for Isildur. Mines are plenty for Isildur. He does not miss a moment, a single beat there to just mine up. Absolutely astounding work there. Oh, machine gun a bit too fast there. But support, but there you go. Tiger tank finally arrives here for Hellcats. For the German Panzerwaffe. Pack 40 they're getting flanked here by the KB2 in an absolutely explosive shower of death up north here. Pioneers caught laying down mine front for the penal troopers. They didn't even finish the ones he was working on. He's not paying attention. Tiger tank was hit it frontally against the T-34 6. Easy penetrating hit there. Tiger tank bounces the shot there. The T-34 almost gets with the second shot. Still does some AoE damage. Panzer IV following up here. Could risk hitting the mines here. He really should be careful. He should remember that Isildur's mining the stuffing out of this part of the map though. Somehow the Tiger managed to dodge all of the mines. Panzer IV then. Oh, Pack 4 cleared out to the T-34. Almost got the T-34 from 60 with the Tiger tank, but gets stopped up here by a bit of terrain. And oh, he gets the T-34 leading just behind the KB2. Shoots and oh, dodges the mine. It'll be absolutely disastrous here for Hellcats loses Tiger tank not versus Isildur. KB2 misses, Panzer IV moves in for a few extra hit. Be careful with the Panzer IV as well, of course. Needs to pull back both tanks for swift repairs and needs more Pioneers to do so. Northern point secured here. fact, right now, Hellcats is being swiftly bled out of victory points by Isildur, so he needs to quickly regain them, and he needs more pioneers with mines, but he needs to constantly clear out the south here, because Isildur is actually throwing every mine he's got at it. Coh2 being fixed up. What are you doing with the pioneers? Oh, pack the stop. You should be focusing on repairing the tanks, Hellcats, not trying to grab the pack 40 at this point, I think. Not with the pioneers, at least. Need to prioritize fixing the tanks and sweeping the south of mines. So he's using them to grab the points when he's got 2 tanks that was good, but are just too heavily damaged, really to be used at their full strength. So I think that really should be Hellcats' priority, and with both pioneers, again, fix up the Panzer fast, then fix up the Tiger tank fast, then sweep southwards. Pushed off the northern point here, Penal Troops on the way. Isildur is certainly leading here aggressively versus Hellcats, and again he's using the mine to make it so much harder for Hellcats to get back into the game. Panzer 4 being fixed up. So close to the ace level, Coh2 setting out again. Roughing it then attempt to catch, but they're going to get this. Oh, grenade didn't quite wake up. There we go. Coh2 shoots up and blasts apart several of Hellcats' men. Panzer 4 more or less good to go. Still need to remember the Tiger tank, Hellcats, and everything else. He's down 162 here versus Isildur's 290. And tanks are waiting in ambush mode. Panzer 4 quickly pushing northward to deal with Isildur's forces there. I think very good move. Tiger tank being repaired. He's also lost one of his Panzer Grenadier escorts, which is obviously less great there for Hellcats. Still, he's got 3. Panzer 4 rushing northward swiftly, and there you go, engaging the Strafniki. Close to the ace level there. Still close, but not quite. Another miss there. Push towards the south, or the centre. Didn't quite hit them. We got more troops from the north again, trying to flank it out and move Hellcats' position. Very good. Tiger tank is almost good to go. We got Penals there disrupting it. Need to allow to open that one in from there. You go. Nice shot. H5 on the way for Isildur to further deal with the Tiger tank and the Panther 4. Very nice. Good read down the situation, I think. 129 versus 290. Gonna do something south, 30 ships sending in the pioneers. Oh, so many mines. It seems like Hellcats, I think, is over-focusing too much in the centre. Victory probably should be focusing on securing the north first, then pushing towards the centre. Two's pushed away there. Nice hit there on the Coh2 by the Tiger tank. Pioneers almost being obliterated. He really should not be risking the pioneers when they're the thing that keeps his tanks going as much as they can. So he called in here around the anti-tank position, forcing the Isildur to fall back from the centre victory point. Penals was there pursuing, getting caught here by heavy fire and are routed. Almost a full wipe there. Panther while they is ace level. Very good there, very good. But we got the issue of the Coh2, we got 200 tank guns back in the map, even though they're light, they should still pose a problem there. Pack 4 in the way there, should not be lining the Tiger tank up as an easy target. He's going to, I think, try and flank now, despite again there are several tanks nearby that should be covering. There you go. H5 down to half. Needs to blitz, Forward. Don't stop up in front of the KV2, you tit. There you go, quickly blitzes away. Got the H5 tank, just obviously armour suffered heavy damage in the process. He's got the northern point, he's got the southern point, despite having 7 mines, and he might lose the Grenadiers in retreat there, since again he's not bringing in the minesweepers. Northern point being used, the Penal Troops rushing in the Panther 4, still need to fix up his armour, he needs to do a lot of things. Easily the 286 versus the 78 of Hellcats. Quick retreat then by Isildur in response to the arrival of the Ace Panther 4, very good response. Nice hit, they got a few kills, 37 kills, Tiger tank at 7. There you go, gun is routed and wiped. Again, he needs a lot of minesweepers to clear out the south. And he's landed just 2 infantry squads again versus an opponent with 4, which is, as usual, not good. He's going to need more infantry. He's going for the Stug now to help deal with the KV2. Not bad, but again, again, I would prioritise more infantry, at least some anti-infantry options as well. I think he's forgetting slightly about that. Of course, we can't raid over the KV2, it's going to make things elsewhere easier. But 78 versus 261. Penalty time 40 into the target tank. 8 kills. Halfway to 82. Panther almost good to go. Strook halfway done. Oh, nasty. And the Ace Panther is forced on retreat there for Hellcats already. Double end strength against the Panther up north. Almost good to fight here. Pink Gunners was Engineers forcing their way. Hack firing away. He's giving away its precision because we've got to shoot only at armour. Panther pushback Pioneers almost wiped out there, but he's just hitting hard here against Hellcats. Target tank being sent north to assist. Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführungen arriving here for Hellcats. In the south, Pumas was flanking up here to hit Hellcats' centre there as its flanks are deeply exposed. Very good move there by Isildur, of course. Very good read. And the target's about to hit a mine. Again, he's just underestimating Isildur's capacity for mining the stuffing out of the map. He just gets punished for it at every turn and corner. Target tank gaining veterancy too. Main gun out. Can he get it this time around? Probably not. Panther betting in between the two anti-tank guns. Striking out over to wipe it out. Not a bad idea. Strook moving in. Mines through the Pioneers bring about there. Again, so many mines. Panther 4, they can't seem to get past the anti-tanks. There you go. Strook going in here, but there you go. Penalty in the way. Got one anti-tank gun. Heavy fighting in the centre. Need to get the target fixed up there. Going to tank satchels, setting off the mines. Both anti-tankers are routed, cleared up, but the Panther 4 need to destroy them. Just to be sure, we got 62 though. Again, he's forgetting about the victory points. He's forgetting about them. Extra 5 there for Isildur. Fighting around the centre then. Again, this is probably where something more anti-infantry rendered with more helpful as the shocks and all that rather than the Strook. He's going to think the Ace Panther for the target tank can handle the KV2 decently, but the infantry are just getting the points are his bigger issue. 44 points left going in the northern one here. Panther 4 rolling away. Absolutely desperate fighting here. Hellcats, chances of winning this looking slim and slim, but still he's got them partly due again to the Ace Panther 4 and the target tank now veterancy too. But Isildur still has the infantry edge. He's got 4 versus Hellcats 2. He's got the victory point, and of course he's got a metric crap ton of mines. Fixing up the Ace Panther 4, probably the best choice since it's the most experienced one. Lastly, would be good to prioritise that one. It's also one that's not too heavily damaged. You can quickly get that one back and find the to just fight as aggressively as you can, and while you're focusing on the target tank afterwards, for example. Still, Hellcats needs more infantry. KV2 5 setting out here. Machine coming the northern point, Panther coming the centre one. Panther almost good to go there. "52 kills by that Panzer 4. 52 kills. An absolute hero of the fatherland. Knights crosses. With swords and oak leaves. 53. KV2 rushing in. The veterans 1. Kills win 4 there. Straight hit there from the target tank, obliterating several of them. 54 kills, 55. Target tank there, 12. Gets so close to the penal troops. They get off the anti-tanks. How to charge in a really bad timing here for Hellcats. Means he can't really go in aggressively here versus Isildur. It's down to 33 versus Isildur's 238. Moving back to fix up the Panther 4. But he might have one tank to just fix up the Strook fast here. Pack 4 needs to get down there. Asian 5 on the target tank needs to get it away, but he can't. Nice hit on the penalty was almost wiped out, but still, the Asian 5 might, take it out. The situation is rapidly deteriorating now for Hellcats. He was so close, but in the end, he just lacked the infantry. And now he's going for more Stoogs. He's got triple Pioneers as well, but he's got 1 Grenadier squad left, and that's it. Versus 1 infantry squad, that's not good enough. He's not going to be able to push through with all everything else. And there you go, grenade on the machine gun, and that's a wipe here. Ace shock troopers, 33 points still, but it's quickly going to deteriorate here. I would say this is GG. I mean, there might be still some sort of surprise here from Hellcat. Right now, it is not looking good for the German army. Pioneer step getting blasted by the KV2. Units getting blasted by the Panther 4, getting murdered. Stuke setting out, gonna do something southward. H5 shoots and misses. We got 16 points left, 13 points left. Getting straight into the mines. 10 points left. 59 kills in the Panzer IV. Dogs 2 going for the H5. Nice entry hit, but too late. And there you go, GG, game over. Victory for Isildur, loss for Hellcats. Isildur just in the end was better, good use of mines, good flanks, good infiltration tactics, just sneaking about the hitting Hellcats from unexpected angles and just could control the map, whereas Hellcats were struggling a bit at times, particularly with keeping his infantry alive, which proved to be one of the decisive factors, and just failed to deal with all of Isildur's mines, and comparatively didn't mine as much. But there's some issues there for Hellcats. I think some few bad calls as well did not do a lot to help him. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell your friends, tell your family. But don't tell your enemies. This is a Pro Lane. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.